So if you've watched my previous video about Java PvP, then you'd probably know that basically we've made an add-on that recreates Java PvP in Bedrock. But I think that video left a lot to be desired, and I think I didn't explain how to actually get the add-on very well, and I didn't explain what the add-on does. Plus, the add-on's gotten many updates since that video came out, so I think it's best we just re-explain it. I'm going to leave timestamps in this video, so if you go to the description down below or you click on the, the thing, you should see all the timestamps, and if you ever got confused somewhere, then you could just kind of skip there. So first of all, we're going to start with downloading the add-on. Now, it's different on mobile, and I will leave some guides how to download stuff on mobile and, console, whatever. But for the sake of just, getting things started, download the add-on. Get it downloaded. Once you get it downloaded, you'll see it's imported, or, if you check your add-on list, it should just be there, And once you download it, all you really have to do is just load it. All right, now once you load in, you'll see in chat, it gives you two things. There's an admin config and a regular config. I'm gonna start with the regular config, which you can open with bf config or just /config. And once you open it, you'll see all these categories and all these things. So I'm just gonna explain what they do. So saturation HUD is basically just, if I go into survival, you'll see there's a little saturation bar on the bottom right, which is just a recreation of the appleskin Java mod. So if I turn that off, you'll see that I don't have it anymore. And what it does basically is shows you how much saturation you have. And if you don't know what saturation is, it's basically just a way to explain how you heal. It's a bit complicated, but if you want to look into it, you can. Armor HUD is basically just, so if I just basically grab some armor and I put it on, you'll see a little HUD that displays how much durability the armor has. So basically, it'll tell you if your armor is about to break or not. You can just choose to have that on or not. Shield HUD is kind of just the same thing. If your shield is down, like a player disables it with an axe, then yeah, it'll show the cooldown on how long until it back up. For gameplay, basically mobile saturation offset is just a glitch to fix the saturation on mobile. If it looks weird, turn it off. If it looks good, leave it on. Basically, I wouldn't recommend messing with it if you're not having any issues. Side shield is basically just, if you were to load a shield, it'll be on the side there, and you'll see if I grab a weapon, it'll basically stay on the side instead of being right in your face. So if I were to turn it off, you'll see that it's kind of just like, not in your face, but it's kind of just on the side. I don't know. Some people prefer it, some people don't. Now shield use mode basically is it's not really that important, but all possible items just means that anything that you can use to hold your shield up, because in this add-on there's a custom shield mechanic. As you can see, crouching doesn't really work, but if you hold out a weapon, like one of the custom weapons in our add-on, you'll see that you can raise it with, I'm right-clicking right now. So honestly, the setting isn't that useful. Offhand swap mode is actually very useful though. So if you go with 2x sneak, you'll see that if I go shield and then I go 2x crouch, you'll see that it'll automatically go into my offhand. And then if I did, like, for example, 5x sneak, it would take 5 sneaks to go into my offhand. Honestly, whatever you use is up to you. In my opinion, 2x sneak is probably the easiest, but if you're on PC and you have a client, emote might be the best one, because I'm pretty sure you can bind it emote easier. I don't know. It's up to you. All right, now I'm going to go to the admin config, which if you open up, you'll see a lot more, because this is the the configuration menu for which only admins can use. So Java knockback hit is a bit of an older one. It's kind of hard to explain what it does. It basically just changes the knockback a little bit. It's not that important. It's off by default though, so I mean, I would recommend just leaving it off. Java portals is basically just, if you get it basically just replicates the feature of being able to waterlog portals on Java. So if I were to have a portal and I place water, it would actually break the portal. On normal Bedrock, you can't do that. I'm going to go through these a bit quicker. Java doors basically just creates an air pocket. Saturation, as you saw, is kind of just saturation. You can turn that off or on. Mace Stun Slam is for PvP. It's basically, if you don't know what it is, you probably shouldn't have it on. But if you do like it, then keep it on. Fast Crystals is basically just for crystal PvP. If you don't know what that is, again, doesn't matter. Anti-reach is basically just where people can't reach. The reason it's off by default is it can cause some issues, but if you're having a lot of issues with reach and you need it on, then I would recommend turning it on. Anti-spam, always keep on no matter what. I mean, you can turn it off if you want. I wouldn't recommend it though. Features and quality of life. So death message is just basically in chat. If you die, there's a message that you died. Extra stuff. It's a bunch of random stuff, honestly. I can't exactly explain what's all in it, but I'd recommend leaving it on. I'm pretty sure some stuff breaks if you don't. Offhand Food. All right, so this is one of the more exciting parts of the add-on. So if I grab steak, for example, and I do the offhand crouch thing, you'll see it's in my offhand. And if I do a food that I can actually eat in creative mode, like golden apples, for example, if I put that into my offhand, you'll see that if I, again, the same thing as the shield, if you're holding out like a weapon or a custom item, you'll see that you can actually eat the apple and there's a full like animation. It's a very cool feature. So you can choose to have that on or not. Better fireworks is basically just, the fireworks launch you up really high. It's kind of just like a random feature for fun. It's not really that important. Custom shield is basically the, like I showed you earlier, how you need to, have the shield to crouch. If you don't want that, or you have to right click to have the shield. If you don't want that and you just want to have a crouch shield, you can have that on if you want. String. All right, now in the advanced settings. So basically string duper, the old one is if you just place a string, it'll give you the string back. And basically the other one is more similar to the Java one, where if you were to grab a tripwire hook and some string and, you know, set it up like you would on Java, you'll see that it basically just duplicates the string for you. And you can set this up like in any formation you want. It's basically just a way that people get emeralds out of. It's good for servers and like SMPs and grinding. But yeah, it's not on by default, so you have to turn it on. Anything in this that isn't on by default, you have to turn on yourself, or else it probably just won't work. Web mode is basically just, if I grabbed a web, for some reason in regular Bedrock, webs just like stay there if you place water. So on this add-on, it kind of just replaces the water above, so the web actually breaks when you waterlog it. If you were to like, I don't know, go to old webs, it will place it inside of the web. And then if you turn it off, it will, you know, it'll just be off. HUD display mode is just for compatibility with other add-ons. Title plus subtitle is basically just for the cooldown bar. And I'll explain all the mechanics of the add-on. I'm just explaining the config. But yeah, that's it for the admin config. So I'm now going to explain the basic features of the add-on. So for everything I showed you in the config menu, you know, it has its own thing that's working. And basically in this add-on, there is obviously a cooldown bar that you can see. It activates when you swing your sword. It's basically the exact same as Java. There's custom weapon animations. It has its own knockback. It has its own critical hit particles. It has all of the shebangs of Java. The axes do the right damage, corresponding to Java. Give it a sec to update. And yeah, it's basically just a recreation of the mechanics of Java. This add-on is like very like it's I would say it's very close. It has some things to help out like balance between mobile and PC, just to make the add-on more enjoyable. But yeah, there's also a sweep hit, you know. It's basically just Java. Like I don't know what there's not a lot to explain in this, you know. So yeah, I mean, even like if you wanted the mace has its own cooldown. The mace in this add-on is actually, it works very well with mace PvP on Bedrock. So if you've ever been into that and you've had issues with how Bedrock handles it, like elytra macing and all that stuff, yeah, it handles, like the mace is very good in this add-on. So I would recommend trying it out. But yeah, that's a bit of a more intricate guide to this add-on, how to download it, all the stuff it actually does, all of the config menus do. I think something I forgot to mention is that there's a chat command for /swap. So if you want to swap it to your offhand, you can with the chat command. That's only really useful for clients, though. So if you have a client, then you can basically just bind it to a key for the offhand. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe, and if you want me to explain something in the comments, I will. I will be linking a bunch of like guides on how to like download add-ons in general because from what I saw in the last video, people struggled with the idea of how to download an add-on. So I will give you guides for that. I'm not going to explain it all in this video because honestly, there's people that will and have explained it better than me. So yeah. Other than that though, leave a like, subscribe, like I already said. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.